There's James. Hello, James. Hello. And everyone back in Ukraine watching, please share that you are watching, folks. Here I am. It is Juan. Indeed. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Hello, one and all. Yes. And is everybody on Facebook? YouTube, excuse me. Getting the platforms confused. All right, folks, we're going to be live on the radio in just a moment. Here we go. Okay. We are standing by. Please prop that up, please. What the hell's going on here? It's right there. There you are. Much better. Okay. Where are we? Well, folks, good afternoon, and what a day it is, my goodness. Good afternoon, one and all. Here I am. It is Juan. It is Tuesday. It is a day that people are going to remember. I'll tell you that much. And it's Tuesday, May 3rd. You're listening to the John DePietro Show. It's AM 1380, 99.9 FM. You can always listen online at our website, depetro.com. I want to welcome in everyone. Number one, we have people that listen on the radio. Remember, AM 1380 is a flamethrower. I can get AM 1380 as if I'm on 95 in North Kingstown, I can get it. And good afternoon to everybody listening up by Worcester. It rockets. Now, Providence North, especially in the North Providence, Johnston, certainly Smithfield, Burrillville, the 99.9 FM comes in very strong. And then you're listening in virtual stereo. If you listen on the website, depetro.com, you just click the listen live. And boom, there it is, folks, as clear as can be. I want to welcome in everyone tuning in, part of our live simulcast that we do with Facebook Live. Just find the page, John DePietro Show. Share that you're watching. People like it. It's very interactive. You can comment with other people. We're going to start to also bring guests on, so you'll be able to see me talking to the different guests. And then we're also on YouTube Live, folks, as the program just continues to get bigger. And I want to welcome in everyone. We've picked up, it's incredible how many international viewers and listeners that we now have. People from Ukraine, people from Poland, people from Germany. We really have become the international one in this portion of the John DePietro Show on this Tuesday. And it is a memorable Tuesday, but not for good reasons, by the way. But it's brought to you by PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. Now, listen, this Sunday is Mother's Day. Stop and see everything available. It's this Sunday. Annuals, perennials, trees, shrubs, hanging pots, 10-inch, 12-inch, moss baskets, hanging impatiens, pansy, marigold bags, large selection, beautiful patio pots, vegetable plants, herbs, tropical mandevillas, hibiscus plants, screen loom, mulch are available, pickup and delivery. They also have mulch, dark pine, black and hemlock, crushed stone. They are a full-scale nursery, folks, locally owned, family run. It's PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. They're going to make your property a showstopper. Plus, gift certificates are available. Look for them on Facebook. They're open every day. Mother's Day headquarters at PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. Folks, I encourage you to visit the website, depetro.com, and we have so many terrific sponsors at the website, depetro.com, such as the Coesit Inn. I was part of the Brandy Project breakfast there on Sunday. It was terrific. Great food, great drinks. It's become my new spot when someone says, hey, how was Ukraine? I want to hear all about it. Let's meet up for a drink. I say, meet me at the Coesit Inn, 226 Coesit Avenue. Delicious food, great drinks, in the biggest bar in Rhode Island. Well, folks, this I want to play in just a moment. And I also, before I get into what is the real, obviously, this leak that came out of the Supreme Court, this is this is one of those things. There's different aspects to it, but this is with the Democrat Party, and it's very sad, but there's no rules with them, right? There's no rules. You watch. There needs to be an investigation. There is an investigation. They need to determine, and by the way, the court did issue a statement, but they need to determine who leaked this draft from the Supreme Court, and there need to be consequences. Now, whoever did leak it, how do you think they're gonna be considered? As if they're like a hero of some kind, even though they broke the law. The Supreme Court confirms the leaked draft opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade is authentic, but not necessarily the final decision. As Chief Justice John Roberts announced an investigation into the source of the leak, and they should find that person, and there should be consequences. He goes on to say this was a singular, egregious breach of the trust, affront to the court, community of public servants who work here. So, folks, this comes down to the fact that look at how, today starts primary election day. It's not here in Rhode Island or Mass, but it is in places like Ohio, where there's big Senate primary people are paying attention to. In different parts of the country, like, let's face it, we've been talking about, you heard in the first hour, talking with Donna Perry, that the Biden administration has failed. That's a fact. With no end in sight. Inflation, they're not going to turn around inflation. It's early May, right? In Rhode Island, primary is September. And between now, Congress is going to go out of session. They're not going to get anything accomplished. They're not going to lower the price of gas. They are very concerned about what's about to happen at the southern border, as you heard our guest last hour, where they want to suspend remain in Mexico. And then these people just flood into the country. You have a failed president. People are questioning his ability to lead. That should have been President Biden on the ground in Ukraine over the weekend instead of Nancy Pelosi. And by the way, I repeat, she's older than Biden. And regardless of what their views are, I mean, she made the trip. She was on the ground walking with Zelensky. That says a lot. But he's unable to make the trip. And Harris is an incompetent person to send on the trip. But no, this is designed to get all the Democrats, as I said, on one page. What the big story right now, folks, Pelosi, she's tired of the left. She's tired of the squad. In Rhode Island, look at the fighting between caused and the headaches by that state senator, Tiara Mack, Sam Bell, Matt Brown. In Rhode Island, you have witnessed really a Democrat Party civil war, which is the far left socialist progressives, the Black Lives Matter, the $35 minimum wage, sexual pleasure taught in kindergarten, putting fines on people and penalizing employers $5,000 a month if their people aren't vaccinated. The far socialist left fighting with, the failed McKee policies, which is no tax cuts, spend and buy off as many votes as possible. Where Rhode Island continues to be out of step with the rest of the nation. But what they've done now is this leak was designed to get all the oars rowing in the same direction. This leak sends to the media, and all you have to do, this exploded last night, shortly after 8:30 on Twitter. It's been going ever since. Some people may not realize this is probably, well, it's the biggest scoop ever in the history of journalism regarding media, regarding the Supreme Court. It may not mean much to the regular person. It means a lot to the media and the people that cover it. And it is dominating. And what this has done is, look at just locally. There's no more talk about high price of gas. Just now, again, this needs to calm down. And I believe, it needs to simmer down. But what they wanted to do was just blow everything else out of the water. High price of gas, inflation, failed Biden policies, Governor McKee failing, right? Republicans about to take over the House and Senate. And what do they want to do? They want to wipe out when no one's talking about the border. We have an invasion of the border. We do, the southern border. And later this month, unless something is done, it's going to get worse, even though the court is trying to help out. Inflation, he's not going to bring things down. Biden was warned about this stuff. So it's a Hail Mary bomb pass. Let's just blow up, Don Draper on Mad Men. If you don't like what people are saying, change the conversation. Great line from a show that I really liked and enjoyed, which was starring John Hamm, Mad Men with Don Draper. But anyhow, so the local media, they are also fully on board. They want this to be that, whether it's, look on Thursday, this Thursday, now McKee is going to do the RIPAC Forum. But it's going to be Seth Magazine. No, it's not going to be Magazine. Excuse me. McKee, Nellie Gorbea, Matt Brown, Helena Folks, that Daniel Mones, whatever. Now it's going to be a contest that I'm going to fight to protect, and it should be abortion on demand. But now, and then there'll be people applauding. They want to break it down to one issue. This is, the Alamo. They are up against the wall. Their defund the police policies have failed. Crime is up. People are worried about the cost of inflation. People are worried about the cost of everything. Housing, crime. People have just gone off the rails. And this is a Democrat Hail Mary pass. Let's just blow up the entire conversation. Let's make every election about abortion. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. And the media is on board with that. Whoever leaked this information, and Mitch McConnell was brilliant today, and I'm going to play it. And I repeat, every time I say something positive about Mitch McConnell, I hear from these Trump people that say, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say anything good about him. What is this? What are you, in 8th grade? You're not. What do you mean I'm not supposed to? What are we, in a club? Listen, if somebody stands up and does the right thing, I'm going to compliment them. I don't agree with Nancy Pelosi's policies. I admire her for going to Ukraine. You're not supposed to say anything positive about, what am I going to be in timeout with some of the cult people? You're not supposed to say you like Mitch McConnell. Why not? Because Trump doesn't like him. Listen, the guy's the leader of the Senate. That's no small feat. She went to, that's the only time I've complimented Nancy Pelosi. And just she's older than Biden, by the way. But that's what this is. And it can't stand. Now, Barth Bracey of Rhode Island Pro-Life, he posted something. I did post this on Facebook. And by the way, folks, let me just digress for a moment. If you didn't see it, I will post this on the website later, DePetro.com. Last night was one of those nights that I will remember for a very long time. Actually, forever. I interviewed the parents. We were not in a hurry. This is long form. The parents of poor Matt Dennison, handsome kid, 17 years old, West Warwick hockey player, killed by a firefighter, drunk driver, who didn't get fired until Matt passed away. Then they fired him. The fact that he was in critical condition, never regained consciousness. But anyhow, his parents are just remarkable people. They are, Mark and Brenda. I would do anything to help those people. But you can see that. I will post it. I apologize. It should be on the website. And then there was a lot of feedback from that. But I want to just the official statement from the Rhode Island Right to Life Committee. Has been widely reported, Politico has published what they claim to be a first draft Supreme Court majority opinion, allegedly authored by Samuel Alito. I always think of President Bush. Justice Alito circulated among the 9 members February 10th. The court intends to overturn 1973 Roe v. Wade. Together with its companion, it effectively legalized abortion on demand. Many observers have believed, blah, 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 overturned. We have no way of knowing the veracity of the alleged draft. Now we do. With this in mind, I will repeat my plea over the past few months. Join me in praying for the members of the court and the protection of human life. Folks, my point is, in all those people that then went in front of the Supreme Court last night, listen, we're not, what have we been hearing? We've been hearing nonstop that, democracy's under attack. And let's just remember, we are a nation of laws. See, the way the progressives think, like the AOCs, the Tarmac, their whole mindset, and I hope people finally get this, because it's insight to the way they think, which is, and it's very simple, whatever you're doing right now at 12:19, I want you to just absorb what I'm going to tell you, because this shows you their mindset. And what I want you to understand is this is their motto, their belief, the way they operate, which is the ends justifies the means. You leak a document to get everybody in an uproar, then you start screaming, there's death threats on the Supreme Court. Is it wrong? They don't care. The ends justify the means. Let as many people into the country as possible register them to vote, take their ballots, put them as Democrats. The ends justify the means. It is the party of cheaters. They will do anything to win. Not long ago, I met with someone who's running for office, and they asked, and I've told this story, they asked me, who I consider to be kind of, who's like a good politician in Rhode Island. And I said, well, I think that's an easy question. There's 2 people that they don't lose, and it's Gina Raimondo and David Cicilline. Do I agree with their position on things? No. Have I ever voted for them? Of course not. They will do anything to win. The ends justify the means. If they have to get 50,000 mail ballots, which are really Dropbox votes, in order to win, the fact that it's unethical, illegal, they're cheating, they're stealing elections, does not matter. Ends justify the means. With this, when they identify whoever leaked this from the Supreme Court, get ready. GoFundMe will suspend their policy of allowing their platform to be used to raise money for people that break the law. People like AOC, Tierra Mack, the progressive left, Sam Bell, they will be going all out to raise money for this individual. Now, Mitch McConnell, who, again, I don't care. I missed the memo from the group. You're not supposed to say anything positive about him. He spoke. I want to play this. This was a big moment in the wake of the leaked abortion ruling, which was a draft. This was Mitch McConnell short time ago.
In 2020, the Senate Democratic leader marched across the street to the court and shouted threats at multiple justices by name if they didn't rule how he wanted. In 2018, activists literally chased senators around the Capitol. And now, last night, a shocking new breach. Somebody, likely somebody inside the court itself, leaked a confidential internal draft to the press, almost certainly in an effort to stir up an inappropriate pressure campaign.
Yes.
To sway.
Exactly what it is.
The radical left immediately rallied around the toxic stunt.
Yep.
The cheerleaders for partisan court packing applauded.
Yep.
What they suggested was the work of, quote, a brave clerk.
See? Here we go.
Making a last-ditch Hail Mary attempt
New hero.
to cause a political firestorm and cause the court to reconsider. Liberals want to rip the blindfold off Lady Justice. They want to override impartiality with intimidation. They want to elevate mob rule over the rule of law.
That's right.
The same political movement that used a leak to move up the timeline of Justice Breyer's retirement process is trying to use yet another leak to make the court less secure and less impartial. Never before in modern history has an internal draft been leaked to the public while the justices were still deciding a case. Never before. Whoever committed this lawless act knew exactly what it could bring about. The justices already require security. Less than 2 weeks ago, an unbalanced.
Now, I want to be honest with you folks. What I am, and again, good afternoon. It's John DePietro right now at 12:24. You know what's, and I want to be completely honest with you. I saw him speaking, Mitch McConnell. I flagged it that I wanted to use that sound. I had not heard that till I just heard it in real time. So as I am listening to that, and I'll play it again probably a little bit later in the program, I'm, my word, he's basically echoing, well, but he said it first. But I want you to be clear on that. I had not heard that till I just played it. But he is exactly right. This is what happened to the attack on democracy. What happened to we are a nation of laws? What happened to, go after all the people from J6, trespassing day? See, it all goes out the window when it's their agenda. This is atrocious. Now you have the people saying it's irrelevant how it got leaked. It absolutely is not. This is why people are tired of politics. This is why people have such a low opinion of people in Washington, in Congress. And he is exactly right. There are people calling whoever leaked it. No, they're not brave. They're not brave. They're a lawbreaker. That's not how we operate. Either we are a nation of laws or we are not. You have not heard me going on and on condemning all these prosecutions of those that went in and caused havoc at the Capitol on January 6th of 21. I mean, I've mentioned in the past, I think it was overblown. I think it's a double standard because the summer of 2020, we watched all these protesters getting away with all these crimes of vandalism, destruction, and there was virtually little to no consequences. But that's what it begins and ends with. Are we a nation of laws or not? Whoever did leak that, they need to figure it out, find out, and this should not be, Politico. Congratulations to them, but this is a big leak. It can't be mob rule, which is, is that what they're going to do? Let's get a bunch of people in front of the courthouse and try to intimidate them and change it. Folks, this portion of the John DePietro show on this Tuesday, it's really disgraceful. It is. But it's brought to you by R.E. Coogan Heating. Not that, but just that this is going on. Call Cougs, 401-732-6562. Now, at 12:27 on this Tuesday, let me ask you, if you have a plumbing problem, maybe your hot water tank has given out, or you think it is, or maybe you're transitioning from having your home or business heating into cooling. R.E. Coogan Heating. It's Cougs, helpful, trustworthy, reliable. Call them, 401-732-6562. Mention the John DePietro Show. You get special service, 401-732-6562. R.E. Coogan Heating on Facebook, and then the website is recooganheating.com. Folks, this portion of the John DePietro Show, check out our website, depetro.com. By the way, we have great merchandise in the shop. We have people love the Rhode Island area code, which is 401. And I do have an update on that, by the way, but it's kind of been blown out of the water by this this absolute desperation Democrat dirty trick. What do you do when you're going to lose the midterms and just get blown out of the water and the clock? Do they try to win it through good legislation? No. Do they try to win it by debate? No. What do? They leak a document and then run with it and get everybody worked up and make it about one issue that they think they can run on. But check out the website, DePetro.com. We have big updates coming this afternoon. Both, I'm going to post the interview from last night with the parents of Matt Dennison. What a wonderful kid. It is just, I couldn't even sleep last night. I was so upset about it. And then also I have an update. Not that the rest of the media will tell you about it, but on that situation from yesterday with that, or over the weekend, the fatal hit and run. But folks, check it out. Centerdale Revival, Comfort Food and Cocktails, 2025 Smith Street in North Providence. They are just fantastic. It's the Centerdale Revival. I want to just touch on two things. Number one, so this Thursday, just to touch on local stuff, Governor McKee now is going to go to this RIPAC. I think his flip-flopping on this, to me, it kind of shows how the administration has run and how the campaign has run. And he can't stick to a decision. Governor McKee. He comes to a decision and then he's unsure about it, so he changes his mind, then he changes his mind again. So they initially agreed to have him at this luncheon forum at Crown Plaza this Thursday. They confirmed twice, first in February and then again last month. All of a sudden, boom, FBI probe gets dropped on Governor McKee. By the way, he signed off on that package, this ILO deal. Who do you think is the focal point of this FBI probe? Guess again, Governor McGreed. So suddenly, he has terrible poll numbers. He falls 18 points. He's had a lot of disasters between paying off Dr. Scott, giving judges bonuses. That is the most comical, one of the most egregious things that's ever happened in the state of Rhode Island. There's been a lot. But Governor McKee trying to say judges with lifetime appointments need retention bonuses to stay on the bench. If somebody, talk about no hard lifting, go to a courthouse after lunch. It's like a wind tunnel. Good luck trying to see anyone in the hallway. Those judges are gone. Cases in the morning, boom, 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 gone at lunch to wherever. Home, golf course, sometimes a casino, wherever it may be. Summer, no heavy lifting. Vacations, weekends off, no nights, holidays off. The gravy train is a judgeship in Rhode Island. They needed retention bonuses to stay on the bench. Is that what I'm supposed to believe? But anyhow, Governor McKee, I'm not debating or going to a candidate forum until July. That's my final answer, right? Like, who wants to be a millionaire? That's your final answer. But you confirmed twice that you'd go, nope, final answer. I've been consistent. I like when he says I've been consistent on this, because he's actually the opposite of consistent. Final answer, I will not go. And then even floats out, I have an anniversary trip that I'm going to be out of town. And then the weekend comes, and then yesterday's Monday, and all of a sudden he announces, actually, I am going to be at the forum on Thursday. Which I think it's a mistake. Although now he's going to be, now it becomes embarrassing, because now it's like no one wants abortion more than I do. I'm the abortion governor. As if any sane person would actually say those things. Like that state senator Tiara Mack, blanking F word, love abortion. I mean, who would even think something like that? There's something wrong with someone that thinks that way. But what I found out yesterday, that I will have up on the website, folks, DePetro.com, is not only was there a fatal accident, the media won't report on the fact that the guy needed a translator in court. Channel 12, that was interesting to me. Channel 12, the reporter tweeted that he was speaking Spanish with the judge, not even realizing there was actually a translator there. They run a photo of the accused, Domingo Castro, his attorney to his left, Kevin Bristow, and then there's just a woman standing there in a blue blazer. Gee, I wonder who she is. She's not the prosecutor. He's behind them. Who's that woman? The court translator. Why does he need a translator? He no speak English. No English. Domingo. Well, I found out yesterday, even though Channel 10 and Channel 12 won't report this. I'll have to check the Globe. I don't know if they even did the story because it was over the weekend. Globe tends to be a Monday through Thursday type focus on Rhode Island. But anyhow, he had to surrender his passport. What they don't tell you is he had to surrender a Guatemalan passport. There you go. Not an American citizen. How's he driving? They took away his license. He's not allowed to drive. He lives in Providence. He has a Guatemalan passport. And I found out yesterday, a Massachusetts license. Isn't that interesting? So someone from Guatemala who's living in Providence is driving around with a Massachusetts driver's license. Channel 10, Channel 12, Journal, Globe, News Block out. Nobody talk about it. Nope, don't say anything about it. No one says anything about it. Certainly Governor McGreed isn't going to say anything about it. I'm the only one. No one in the media will say anything about it. Except for Juan. We report real news. You're an adult. We do have children that watch the program. That's why we watch the language. But by and large, this is an adult program focused on adults. I believe you can handle the truth. I'm not trying to be Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men, Colonel Jessup. But my point is, I come back to, how is that not relevant? He took an illegal U-turn and fatally hit and ran over and killed that poor woman whose, relative, Marsha Ranglin, and the woman is going to be 77. She was about to travel to the UK to celebrate her 77th birthday, killed right near her home. My point is, as one reporter was saying to me yesterday, what makes you think it's relevant that he can't speak English? Well, and here's another false argument. Here's what people have said to me online. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe he was born in Rhode Island, but his parents taught him Spanish, so he just doesn't speak English? Time out. You can't graduate from a Rhode Island high school unless you speak English. This person, the left. Well, did it ever occur to you maybe he was homeschooled? Okay, so let me just get this straight. Somebody's born in Rhode Island. They live in Providence. Their parents never teach them English. But they homeschool them. So now the guy's 40 and he can't speak. That's impossible. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous they even argue that. Did it ever occur to me? No, I don't believe that. You can't get through a Rhode Island. Well, maybe he doesn't. Why are you making excuses for him? No. Do we know? Is he here illegally? The Providence police, because of Mayor Elorza, are not allowed to ask or reveal immigration status. But my point is, back to the media of Channel 10 and Channel 12 and this whole business. Why do you think it's relevant that he can't speak English and he needed a translator? The reason it would be relevant is because all of our road signs are in English. If he does not speak English, there's a very good chance that he can't read English. So I think it's very relevant. So my point is how irresponsible it is for people like Governor McKee that encourage and want to put illegals on the road driving with driver's licenses. I don't know how he obtained one in mass, but notice they don't say anything when things go wrong. Governor McKee has said, I want illegals to have Rhode Island driver's licenses so they can live here, drive on the road, vote, blah, blah, blah. Where that's wrong is our road signs, as I said. So there's a very good chance that this individual, and I'm not defending him, by the way, but that this individual, he couldn't read the sign. He didn't know that was an illegal U-turn. He doesn't know. He's just riding along. He takes the illegal U-turn and hits the woman. Why did he panic and leave? Probably the same reason why he's not supposed to be here. So is he going to remain in the country? The judge lets him go. Come back August 5th. You're going to face a fatality, felony, leaving the scene of an accident, death resulting. He could do that, or he could get out of Mexico, make his way over the border, and go back to Guatemala, and or move somewhere else in the United States, get a new ID. Look at the pathetic example that's playing out with that goon who's in Scotland pretending he's not Nick Alaverdi. And I also want to say this, by the way, I just don't, I miss the humor with that guy, that Nick Alaverdi, who's pretending his name is King Arthur Knight. He's a fraud. He's a liar. I know that some people are giving him airtime and isn't this fun and we're interviewing him. I want to go back to those people should relook at the charges of why they want to bring him to Utah and bring him back. There are rape and sexual assault charges here. Maybe I'm in the, I don't find that particularly entertaining. So all of this, the novelty, isn't this funny? He calls in, we have him on, he's talking. There's something wrong with that guy. And no, I don't think he should be treated that way. I think he's reprehensible. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He ripped off those people in Ohio. He should not be encouraged. There's something wrong with him. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. If I wanted to, I'm sure I know I could get whoever this King Arthur Knight is. I don't know. I have a pretty good sense of humor. I don't find that funny. Why would he be brought back to Utah? I don't understand sometimes the local media. They won't report that an illegal couldn't read the sign, needed a translator in court, but a rapist who's hiding in Scotland pretending he's someone else. That's funny. I don't get it. And as I said, I think I have a really good sense of humor. And lately, the person who I find hilarious is Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais. Is it Gervais or Gervais? Gervais. Ricky Gervais. His scenes from the show The Office that started in the UK and then it came to America, the Steve Carell version. The British version of that, he is absolutely hilarious. He is. But anyhow, folks, this portion of the John DePetro Show is brought to you by J. Perry Paving. High quality, fair pricing, exceptional service, 20 years experience, specialized commercial paving, residential paving, seal coating, patios. J. Perry Paving. Call for a free estimate, 401-732-1730. Free quote, wherever you can hear my voice, 401-732-1730, letter J. J. Perry Paving, licensed and insured contracting company, committed to meeting their clients' needs, no matter how big, how small, whether it's a brand new paving project or just a cracked driveway. Affordable, smooth, safe to drive on. It's J. Perry Paving. Let's get that driveway paved. And remember, no one is better to veterans than J. Perry Paving. Once a month, for free, the bubble. They will pave the driveway or patio for a veteran. So maybe it's your mom or your dad or your grandmother, grandfather, son, daughter, aunt, uncle, neighbor, friend. Call J. Perry Paving, 401-732-1730. No one will give you a better deal for veterans than J. Perry Paving. All right. And I mean it, folks. I want to get back to good afternoon at 1241. You're listening to the John DePetro Show on AM 1380 and 99.9 FM. This is so, I just can't believe how egregious this is. How, I just don't understand. Here we go. I mean, now, and the media is all in on it, that Senator Dawn Oyer of Newport, after decades, the anti-choice forces finally have what they want by holding majority of the seats on the U.S. Supreme Court. Cranston Mayor Alan Fung, I'm not running to change abortion laws. I'm running to lower gas and grocery prices, get products back on the shelf. I think that's actually a good answer. Don't take the bait. Of course, folks. Is that the former speaker, Nick Mattiello? Oh, my goodness. Why does his opinion matter? Roe v. Wade is not going to be overturned. I think that's a concern that's not founded in reality. All right, I agree with him. Now, this is sad. DCYF is investigating the death of a child in foster care in Providence. Nice going, Governor McKee. You know, whether it is Seth Magaziner, they're all weighing in. I'm going to Washington to make sure, you know. Here we go. The Globe's already jumping in. Oh, New York Times. The women who had abortions before. Here we go. Let's go back to the back alleys and the code. Here we go. My goodness. Chief Justice Roberts announced the investigation in the leak. But the fact is, the court has not reached a decision yet. You know, this is another good example, folks, of let's not let an eyewitness ruin a good story, is what it comes down to. Governor McKee, here in Rhode Island, we've always protected a woman's right. We will not go backwards on, quote, reproductive rights. Notice the way they rephrase that. Let me just see. Did he? Is this some like? I just want to see if this is the person that started the rumor that he was away on. He was out of town. Celebrate his wedding anniversary out of town. I didn't believe that. I knew it wasn't. Nellie Gorbea, reminder: Mitch McConnell stole a Supreme Court seat. Very long list of reasons why donating to him is never okay. Well, that's because Helena Foulkes did donate to him. So, Dr. Moniz, there's never been a more important time than now to run, to serve, to fight for the people. Why do they use the word fight? I thought we weren't supposed to use the word fight. Isn't that what caused January 6th? Matt Brown, reproductive freedom for millions of Americans is at risk. We have to do everything in our power to protect the rights. No one wants to bring abortion to Rhode Island more than I do. Helena Foulkes, what a horrific moment in our nation's history. This is almost as bad as the millions I made off of getting Americans hooked on OxyContin. It's never been more important than Rhode Island as a governor who will fight, they love the word fight, every single day to protect abortion access and get more people hooked on OxyContin. That's quite a platform that she's running on. Of course, Senator Whitehouse, Joy Fox, I will fight. I'm ready to fight. Boy, they're all ready to fight. Oh, my God. Anything to get the issue off. What's really happening? Now, in reality, Rhode Island did an underround. Rhode Island put it into its own law. So nothing would change in Rhode Island. Even if the court came out, even if they did, it would be challenged. It would be, this, I don't believe, will be settled in our lifetime. I don't think so. Well, let's just say this, the next 25 years. I mean, some people are younger than others, but I don't think so. But what I know is that this is entirely being now used. And you could already tell by a lot of the comments. You know, now if they get asked about inflation, failed Biden policy, illegals, you know, Governor McKee, what do you make of, you know, do you think I have time to worry about an FBI probe when they want to put women back in a dark alley with a, you know, that's what it's going to become. How can you even ask the question? There's only one issue to vote on, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to fight. And we're going to fight. Suddenly, everybody's twisted sister. Folks, at 12:47, it is Juan. It's the John DePietro Show. This portion of the program, you know who's open right now? Ron's Pastry Gourmet, 170 Royal Little Drive in Providence. The most delicious calzones. Stop in and see them. Everything baked fresh. Are you hungry? How about a buffalo chicken calzone? How about a steak and cheese calzone? How about a pepperoni and cheese calzone? Sausage and pepper, delicious sandwiches, wimpy skimpies. Ron's Pastry Gourmet, delicious cupcakes and donuts Free coffee for first responders. Stop it and see them. They're open right now, Tuesday through Saturday, 170 Royal Little Drive in Providence. Ron's Pastry Gourmet. So this basically is introduced to me that they are just trying to hijack the news cycle. And I'm going to say 12 hours in, so far they are successful. Everything else gets pushed off. Everything else gets pushed to the back. Folks takes financial lead among Rhode Island governor candidates. Isn't it interesting that she is not up on television? Now, Seth Magaziner was on Channel 12 yesterday. I'm going to play that next hour. Providence Police revive bike patrol unit, thanks to increased staffing and funding. I don't think that's the worst idea. Bikes can go where cars can't. A lot of times, and they move quickly. Bikes can, especially if you go down like around the path, just different places, different paths and things like that. They could spot a patrol car coming, but they're not going to spot two police coming on bicycles. So I think that's a positive thing. I don't know why Providence doesn't have more police patrolling on motorcycles. I would get them out of the cars and more onto motorcycles and bicycles. So, but it is not Chief Juan. That's for sure. But it's hard to ignore that. I mean, how else would you describe this? The opinion leaks, hunt for the source, breach from the bench. Now they start panicking. Gay marriage is next. See, now they start to panic people. Biden says radical Supreme Court decision on abortion endangers gay marriage. Folks, what do you think they want to happen here? Their policies have failed. Crime has risen. Inflation is up. Small businesses are not happy. Yesterday, just earlier in the program, the first hour, we were talking with Donna Perry, how the Democrats have lost the rural vote. The Democrats have lost parents. The Democrats have lost the rural vote. What do? This is a huge emergency. Take an opinion draft, not the final version, draft from the Supreme Court, leak it, panic the base. This is a 5-alarm fire for the Democrat Party. They're going to take away birth control. They're going to take away abortion. They're going to take away gay marriage. We need every person. You know what they're also saying? Therefore, it's okay to cheat in these elections. It's okay to cheat, mail fraud, mail ballots. You know what? At this point, we have to do it because this is bigger than anything. They're going to go after gay marriage. They're going to go after trans rights. They're going to start rounding. This is like the progressives, right? The socialists, the Tierra Macro. They're going to start rounding people up. They're going to bring back anything to get the focus off. Anything to get the focus off what's really happening. That's what's really going on. Fox News, Andy McCarthy. What we're going to find is that when everybody woke up the next day, the sky will not have fallen. This will not be a catastrophe. 30 states had real prohibition against abortion. So, and there was, I like that. James Woods points out, innocent New Yorkers are being stabbed, clubbed, hammered, shot, mugged, robbed, tossed downstairs, subway tracks. And here's their savior. What does the mayor do? End gun violence. And he's at the Met Gala last night. Folks, this is all a mess. We're going to fight, boy. Let's have a contest. Who can use the word fight more? We are going to fight this, and we're going to fight again. I like Tierra Mack, state senator. What do we do if Roe's overturned? What do we do? What many have done, continue. We fund abortions ourselves and build power. Donate now. Hey, don't let anything go to waste. Every time something happens, the first thing she says is donate to me. Voting rights, abortion access, many more. They won't stop. What's next? If we need to drop whatever you're doing, we need that person is a hero. Hey, she responded to me. It's a campaign fundraiser. Voting rights, abortion access. They're going to go after gays and trans. Soon, women won't be allowed in the workplace. Keep in mind, none of this is based in fact or reality. Let me just read this. The Rhode Island Empire in the Multiverse of Madness from World where they did. We in Rhode Island are disgusted and outraged at last night's news from the Supreme Court. Thanks to Democrat leadership, we codified it. They must do the same thing nationwide. They mean the leak. The leaked draft. The court didn't put out any news last night. Absolutely ridiculous, folks. But that's what it is. That's what it's, this is all done. It's all done by design. It's all done by design. It's also, I've never understood this. It's actually reproductive, right? It's all wordsmith. All right. I want to, folks, this portion of the John DePetro show is brought to you by Propane Plus. Right now it is $12.55 on this Tuesday. If you use propane, then there's no one better at it than Propane Plus. Call them right now. If you use propane, you want propane delivered to your home or business, heating or cooling, 401-885-4209. In Massachusetts, 508-252-3359. 3 generations. They're available 24/7 for service and delivery, and they plan on serving you for a long time. Online billing. All customers receive a free safety inspection, by the way, on their equipment. You can depend on Propane Plus. Look, they have a great, easy-to-use website, and it's propaneplus.com. Residential or commercial, you type in your zip code, boom. Dedicated, exceptional propane service, homes and businesses throughout southeastern Mass and Rhode Island. It's Propane, P-N-E, Propane Plus. Propane Plus, heating and cooling. Call them or go online today. Folks, this portion of the John DePetro show on this Tuesday is brought to you by Lawn Doctor. This time of year, the next 60 days, May, June, it's so important for your lawn. And your best lawn ever guaranteed. But you want to get part of their program. They do early spring. Soon they're going to be coming to do spring lime. Then they do late spring. Then they come in the summertime. Then they come out for grub prevention. Then they come out in the early fall, then late fall for potassium, improved root development, crabgrass control, early spring. The next time they come out, professional blend of high calcium line. Folks, they have a great website, lawndoctor.com. And then you get a quick, easy quote. You just put in your zip code. You can mention the show, Lawn Doctor Rhode Island, especially now. You work so hard. Your best lawn ever guaranteed. Get on with their program. And I am such a happy customer of Lawn Doctor. And you're going to really enjoy your lawn. If you're listening right now, they also do tick and mosquitoes. Maybe you have your grandchildren over. You don't want them getting a tick on them or a mosquito bite. And you want your lawn. Think of what it looks like when you pull up to a property and they have this big, beautiful lawn. It really adds a lot to the value of your property. And it also, makes a statement. Lawn Doctor. Call now. Get on with their program. Best lawn guaranteed. Premium 8 service program, and it's worth it. It's Lawn Doctor. What I also like is they will call me and say, Juan, we were planning on coming out tomorrow. Is that okay? Okay, what time? We're going to come in the morning, keep little Rumsfeld inside. They go around, do their thing. Boom. They're literally 5 minutes, and then they're off on their way to the next spot. Folks, right now it's 12:58. You're listening to the John DePietro Show. It's AM 1380 and 99.9 FM. Now, next hour, I will play some of the sound. I'll tell you, with this type of story hitting, and it's a big story, it does. It's hard to ignore and just go about business as usual. There is other news out there that will bring you up to speed on, but it's hard to ignore. I think this symbolizes what? Let's put it this way: the person that leaked it is not a Republican. Whoever leaked it, and I see some people online saying, I think Laura Ingraham put some 20-something progressive who is, being described ridiculously as a hero. No matter what you think about this outcome, the leak represents a shocking, unprecedented break of the court's confidentiality. So it's but it's someone that works there, and they just think that the ends justify the means. That's what it seemingly comes down to. Here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to break for the 1 o'clock news. We have another full hour to go. Next hour is radio only, AM 1380, 99.9 FM. You can listen online at the website, depetro.com. We have another full hour to go. The Power Hour is next. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the 1 o'clock news.